For years, I was the happy accident born 10 years late. Last week, I learned my surprise was planned. My mother's old planner was filled with fertility appointments. I was their last attempt to save a marriage. My brother and sister are a perfect pair, 2 years apart. I was the latecomer, the baby of the family who they said was a beautiful, unexpected gift. My parents doted on my siblings, attending every game and recital, their photos filling the albums. My milestones always seemed like an afterthought, celebrated with a quiet dinner, if at all. I was told I was independent, that they didn't need to fuss over me like the others. I carried that quiet neglect for years, a dull ache of being an accessory, not a cornerstone. Last week, I was cleaning out the attic after my father's passing. In a box of my mother's old things, I found her daily planner from the year I was born. It was filled with her elegant script, lunches with friends, my siblings' dental appointments, charity events. Then in the spring, a new pattern emerged. Every Tuesday and Thursday, marked simply with a small, discreet FC. I flipped to the notes in the back. There, in a separate log, were detailed entries. Cycle day 12, ultrasound, stimulation protocol increased. Hope this is the month. It was a fertility clinic log. The last entry, in July, read, positive beta, cautious joy. John says this will fix everything. I was conceived through intensive fertility treatment. I wasn't a surprise. I was a strategic, medical-grade intervention, a Hail Mary pass to glue my parents' crumbling marriage back together. It explained everything. The emotional distance, the way my father would sometimes look at me with a weary sadness, my mother's overblown, performative affection in public that never translated into real warmth at home. I was a bandage, not a child. And when I failed to stop their divorce 5 years later, I became a living reminder of that failure. The revelation was less a shock and more like a final, fitting piece of a puzzle I'd been trying to solve my whole life. It didn't make me angry at them. It made me profoundly sad for the child I was. But it also set me free. Their inability to love me wasn't about a defect in me. I was born with a job I never asked for and couldn't possibly do. I didn't confront my mother, now frail and in assisted living. Instead, I took that planner to my therapist. We worked through the grief of being a means to an end. I stopped trying to win a love that was never mine to lose. I made a decision. I would reparent myself. I used a small inheritance from my father to do all the things my inner child needed. I took pottery classes just because they looked fun. I traveled alone to places I'd always wanted to see. I celebrated my birthday with a big, silly party with my chosen family of friends. I also reached out to my siblings. I showed them the planner. They were horrified, not for themselves, but for me. For the first time, they saw our family history through my eyes. It has begun to bridge the decade-wide gap between us. My mother passed recently. At the funeral, my siblings and I stood together, a united front. The old narrative was buried with her. I am no longer the afterthought, the failed solution. I am the one who broke the cycle by understanding it.